Hi guys, my name is Gavin Hewitson. I am the founder of Top of the Inbox, and we are a marketing agency that specializes in both email as well as SMS marketing. Today we're going to be talking about a Black Friday, Cyber Monday email and SMS marketing strategy. So let's get into it. The first step you want to hit is planning. And the easiest way to do this is to work backwards from when Black Friday, Cyber Monday starts. In 2022, Black Friday is on the 25th of November and Cyber Monday is on the 28th. Also, just a quick note, going forward, I'm going to be saying BFCM instead of Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I think it'll literally double the length of the video if I don't. So, the planning. How we like to work with our clients is to have everything planned out by mid-October. And then by the beginning of November, we begin initiating our campaigns. This gives us enough time to strategize, build emails, segment databases, and make any last-minute tweaks should we need to. One of the high-level strategies that we have seen be highly effective for our clients is what we call at Top of the Inbox, the long lead-in. Now, one thing I want to preface with is this strategy is not a one-size-fits-all. Every store and niche is different based on the products, industry, demographics, and a whole lot more. Any agency that gives you a cookie-cutter plan is not doing their job properly. Strategies should be based on your business, and every business is different. How we use this strategy and how I recommend you use it is as an outline and a guide. Also note, this is not a Black Friday or Cyber Monday campaign, but instead a Black Friday and Cyber Monday campaign. But even if you don't have products that traditionally fit into each of these categories, for example, you sell shoes or clothes and nothing that would warrant a Cyber Monday sale, this strategy will still be useful as long as you tweak it to your business. If you do need catered assistance with your BFCM marketing plan, we are currently offering no obligation consultation calls. To book these, click the link in the description. So, guys, let's get into it. After you've done your planning, it's time to create your segments. And I like to do this on the 15th of October. With our clients, we create the following segments. Number 1. Engaged 90 days, which we like to define as someone who has either opened or clicked an email or purchased an item from your store or been active on your site in the last 90 days. You will notice that I use the word "or" a lot, and the reason I did that is because when you're defining the segment in Klaviyo or whatever ESP you use, you want to be creating it so that you are using "or" conditions rather than "and" conditions. That way, someone who meets any of those aforementioned conditions will be added to your segment rather than someone having to meet all of those conditions. This is the segment where the bulk of your emails are going to go. Segment number 2, engaged 360 days, which I define as the exact same as the above segment, engaged 90 days, but with a 360-day time frame as opposed to the 90-day one. This is going to be larger than the 90-day segment, and our goal with this group is to move as many people from this segment into your 90-day segment as well. After that, we also have our SMS subscriber database, which is anyone who has opted in for SMS. If you're not already capturing SMS consent, I highly recommend you do, even if you don't have any plans to use it in the future. Klaviyo specifically only charges you for the SMS sends, not captures. So why not capture it now? The earlier you can get onto it, the better. Next up is your early access segment. This segment will comprise of anyone whose purchase order value is over a certain amount between the dates of November 17th and the 23rd. For the purpose of this video, we are going to define that as $200. More on this later. This is the segment where you're going to want to give early access to your BFCM sale. I will talk about why you do this a bit later on. You then create another SMS segment, which is your early access SMS segment. Hey guys, I'm at the editing booth here, which is why the video seems a bit different. I just had to make a quick amendment. So the way you create the SMS early access segment is by having it match the exact same conditions as the early access segment and creating the condition where they opt in for SMS. Very important that you have that "and" segment in there. Otherwise, Klaviyo will put them in that segment if they have any of the two conditions. It needs to be having both of those conditions. Lastly, you're going to be creating your "did not purchase" segment. This segment should be defined as follows. If someone is in the engaged segment and has placed an order 0 times in the last 13 days. We will target this segment after BFCM with a sale extension email. More on this later once again. So now that you have all of your segments sorted out, let's talk about how you go about creating your campaigns and just the nitty-gritty details about what they entail. The long lead-in strategy typically starts on November 1st for 2022. This means we would aim to have our emails scripted and largely built into Klaviyo on Friday the 28th of October. That gives you up until Monday the 31st of October to make any last-minute changes should you wish to. Email number 1. This email is to be sent on November 1st. This will typically have a sales focus that will both encourage an open and a potential conversion. Think 5% off sale or a new product release or pretty much anything that generates engagement. This email will go out to your engaged 360 days segment. The purpose of this email is to move subscribers who are otherwise unengaged into your engaged segment, that 90-day engaged segment, and get a potential conversion. By doing this, you are creating a more active group of people who will be attuned to future emails, which in this case will be your upcoming BFCM emails. Once again, the main focus of this email is to re-engage unengaged subscribers and potentially generate sales. Following that email, on the 10th of November, we then send another email to our engaged database, the 90-day engaged segment. This email is all about giving people the option to opt out of BFCM communications. The reason we do this is to prevent list attrition. BFCM can be annoying, and odds are you're going to be sending a lot of comms during this period, which a lot of people could respond to by unsubscribing. The reality is you spend a lot of money trying to get subscribers into your mailing list, and you want to do everything you can to avoid losing them. An example of a company that did this was Mecca over Father's Day. The campaign was so successful that they actually even had a news write-up about the email. Basically what they did is they sent an email to their database that says, hey, would you like to opt out of communications during our Father's Day promotions? And they could either say yes or just leave it and they would get the promotions. So here's how you're going to go ahead and create that email and that segment. So step number 1 is creating a campaign. Now, all you got to do, you guys know how to do that. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to select a template that's been designed for you and you have to edit the button. So this is just an example template that you can go ahead and test things out with. But you're going to have a button, you're going to have some text here, say, hey, don't want to hear from us during Black Friday, go ahead and opt out below. And you're going to have a button. Now, that button is going to have a link within it, which is going to update their profile properties as well as take them to a page on the website. Now, to get this code, all you have to do is go to this page here. You take that code and you update these sections here. So the profile property, the property value, and the redirect link. And what you do is you go ahead and chuck that code into the button and you update the stuff accordingly. So update profile link, and you're going to say, hey, I want the property to read Black Friday. So that is the property. And you're going to have it say no. And obviously we've got Black_Friday here, no space bars in this, otherwise it will not work. If you do have a space bar, make sure there's an underscore. You're going to update it with no, and you're going to provide a redirect link. Now there are 2 avenues you can go down for this. You can either have a redirect link which takes them to a custom page that is on the client's website that says something as simple as, hey, thank you for notifying us, we will not be sending you Black Friday communications. Or I can just redirect directly to their homepage, which is what we've done in this case. And now when a subscriber clicks this, they'll have their profile property that is Black Friday updated with no. And I'll show you what that looks like with this cutie right here. Look at that. He has Black Friday, the property, updated with no. Ignore this top one, that's just some testing I was doing. But the profile property Black Friday has been updated with no. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create a segment. This is going to be called your Black Friday CM exclusion list. And you're going to edit the definition or create the definition. And the definition is going to be as follows: properties about somebody, and it's going to drop down for the custom properties. It's going to be Black Friday underscore equals no. And it should drop down. If no one has been updated with that profile property yet, nothing will drop down, but you can go ahead and click no. And you update the segment, and what this will do is it'll update the segment with anybody who has clicked that button in the email, and therefore by default has their profile property updated with the no tag. And you'll see here, once it populates, whenever it does, I will pop up in that segment. Now, when you're sending emails for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, in the exclusion list of your campaign sends, you are going to add that segment. I'll show you what that means. So once, for some reason, recipients, we'll go back to the recipient section here. We got sends to, and then we'd say, hey, don't send it to the Black Friday, Cyber Monday exclusion list because they do not want to get Black Friday emails. And then you go ahead and proceed through the steps of sending a campaign, and these people will not get it. Now, going forward, you are going to exclude this segment from all BFCM communications. Next up, on Thursday the 17th, 8 days before Black Friday 2022, you are going to send your early access email. This email will go out to your engaged database and will be focused on providing people with the opportunity to get early access to your BFCM sale. In the case of our segmentation, to qualify for early access, you need to spend over $200 between the 17th of November and the 23rd of November. Now, you can adjust the criteria any which way you like, both in terms of timeframes as well as criteria in terms of spending. For example, you could say, hey, it's $300, $400, $20, or you could just try and convince them to opt in for SMS to get access to your early access emails. You set the conditions that are best for you. Now, anyone who purchases during this period and meets the criteria I mentioned before will be added to your early access segment. Make sure you have excluded those who have opted out of BFCM promotions from this email. So guys, just a quick note as to why we do early access campaigns. The reason we do this is because we're really trying to capture customers' spending dollars before they have the opportunity to spend it elsewhere. Each individual will typically have a set amount of money they are willing to spend over the BFCM period, whether they consciously know how much it is or whether it's just a gut feeling, right? And as a business, you want to get as much of that as possible. Let's say, for illustrative purposes, a subscriber has $500 in the BFCM budget, right? That they're comfortable with spending. As a store, you want to try and capture as much of that as possible by offering good incentives, good products, and most importantly, by offering these things before other stores do. Beat other stores to the chase with the early access to people who have demonstrated a loyalty to your brand. Following that, on Monday the 21st, we then like to send an email to your engaged database that is all about building hype. Get people excited for your BFCM sale, include a timer. I recommend you check out SendTrick. These guys are great, super easy to use when it comes to Klaviyo emails and any ESP that allows HTML. In this email, also remind people of the early access opportunity. Make sure you exclude those who have opted out for BFCM promotions. I can't stress that enough. You're really going to piss people off if you send them an email that you shouldn't have sent them. Now, on November 24th at 6 a.m., we send our early access email to those who have qualified, so who have met the conditions that we set in our segment, that $200 spend between those dates we mentioned. How we like to provide early access is through the use of a coupon. For example, if you are running a store-wide sale, you can supply these early access subscribers with a coupon code that is reflective of the value of your BFCM sale that will be live the next day. So if you are running a store-wide sale with 20% off Provide this segment with a 20% off coupon code that is valid until the BFCM sale starts, or valid for items that are not already discounted. This prevents people from using their discounts on already discounted BFCM items and really just cutting into your margins. Feel free to include a timer in this email as well. I have consistently found that including timers always improves the conversion rates within the emails we send. Then at 9 a.m. on the 24th of November, the same day, you are also going to send an SMS message with the same offer provided in the aforementioned email. I say 9 a.m. because SMS is a bit intrusive and you want to ensure that people are not going to be getting this text message at like 8 a.m., 7 a.m. when they're sleeping or at a time that's going to piss them off. But you also want to send it early enough to beat any other stores that have a similar idea to you. Once again, it's all about capturing those spending dollars early. Now, the 25th of November, the big day, this is your Black Friday announcement email day. And this will be going out to your engaged 90-day database. Typically, we like to send these emails pretty early in the morning as it ensures that we end up being the first email somebody sees in their inbox, which once again means greater opportunity to catch those spending dollars. Use gifts, personalization in the subject lines, all that jazz with a focus on driving people to your store. Send time anywhere between perhaps even 7 a.m. all the way to 11 a.m. We also like to send the SMS BFCM announcement message to the SMS segment with a clear call to action directing people to the store itself. This is where you're going to see the largest chunk of your revenue. Keep in mind, this SMS segment is different from your early access SMS segment. When it comes to the emails, also, we just recommend using consistent branding and design layout, as well as look and feel, tone, colors, all that, just for consistency. For example, if you have a specific BFCM website banner, create a version of this that you can implement into your emails. Finally, on November the 27th, you are going to send a reminder email to your engaged 90-day email database. This email will build urgency. In the email itself, use timers, gifts, everything like that to indicate that the sale is closing soon and that customers should purchase before it's too late. Then, on November 28th, Cyber Monday, send an additional email with the focus being the final day. Include timers and continue to mention the fact that this is your last chance to purchase before it's too late. This email should be going out to your engaged 90-day database once again, all the while ensuring that those who opted out for BFCM comms are being excluded. November 29th, this is your final email in the whole BFCM promotion. And this is what we'll use to try and convert anybody who is not placed in order during this whole period. In this email, we like to send a sale extension message to our did not purchase segment, which, if you recall, comprises of people who are engaged but have not made a purchase in the last 13 days. Feel free to extend your sale by however you like, just make sure your website reflects the extension. For example, if you have a BFCM banner on your site, ensure that they are updated to reflect what you are communicating via email. Ways to convince this segment to purchase can be through the use of additional coupons, potential gifts with their purchase. Just make sure this email doesn't go out to anybody who has already made a purchase during your BFCM promotions. They'll probably get pissed off if they find out that they should have just held off from purchasing until this final day and they could have gotten a better offer. Alrighty guys, that is the end of Top of the Inbox's long lead-in strategy. Once again, obviously tweak and adjust things according to your business, but I do recommend implementing some form of the long lead-in. If you found that useful, and if you have any questions, please fire away in the comment section down below and we will do our best to answer. If you are after a personalized BFCM marketing strategy, let's jump on a consultation call via the link below and discuss how we can help you. Awesome guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, new videos every Monday. And once again, if you need a hand, just give me a shout. Awesome guys, thank you and good luck.